Most gym owners think about artificial intelligence as just chatbots and automation, but there's a change that needs to happen to shift how you use your time in your business and how you use artificial intelligence to help you achieve more. My name is Wilbur, and this is Vicente, and together we run 1xScale, and we help gym owners with lead management and also implementing artificial intelligence into their business so that they can be more productive. So here's my first question to kick off this conversation. First question is, what does productivity actually mean for you when you think about gym owners in this almost the end of 2025 already, in this day and age?
Yeah, for me, productivity, I would say it's everything about input and output.
Explain.
If you put 10 hours of input, but you're getting 20 hours of output,
right,
you're getting twice efficiently.
Right.
If you're getting 10 hours of input,
right,
30 of output, you're getting 3 times more efficient.
Wow.
I would just define it that way, honestly.
That's a very, I think, a simplistic way that is like it's purely about results.
Yeah.
I think it is very interesting, this topic, because there's a shift that is happening in a lot of different businesses. But I do think that the fitness industry specifically is staying behind when it comes to productivity and using AI to boost that productivity. Here's a clear example. Before, I was writing, for example, blogs for our business, and it would take about a day, 2 days to put one single blog up. Now, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and well-researched good blogs, right? So when you talk about input and output, this is, I think, what we are referring to here. Now we're getting one blog for every 30 minutes instead of one per every 24 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a fundamental change in how we spend our time, and that allows us so much, time and energy to work on other things that probably require more of our attention. And I think this is the fundamental shift that needs to occur in the gym owner's mind to be able to be more productive and get more output for their time. So I would say there's like a change in the hustle kind of mentality that needs to happen, which is like, I get it, the grind, gym owners, it happens and it's real. So I'd say, imagine you own a gym right now.
Yeah.
If you were to clone yourself, in the best possible way, most productive way, including, just magnificent AI using skills and everything that comes with that, what do you think that person would look like for you?
That's a tough question.
That is a tough one. I mean,
do you have one so I can give some time to actually think about it?
Sure. So if I were to reimagine myself essentially into somebody who not only uses his time and energy in the best possible way, but also does so while, achieving the best possible outcome, honestly, I would be a cyborg.
Yeah.
I think that is my response to this. And we are not very far from that. Like, already in this day and age, you can do that as a gym owner, where you delegate all of these things that are so time consuming to AI so that it does that, so that you can actually focus on what matters. And I think we're gonna get a little bit more into this topic later on, which is like, hey, I know you want to touch as many people as possible, but what does that mean? How do you do that? How do you use the tools available to you to be able to accomplish that thing? So honestly, my simple response would be, I would become a cyborg, just looking for every single way possible where I could use AI to help me achieve more and achieve better.
Yeah. While you were talking, I came up with this response. I would say you gotta make the mind shift because if you want to run a successful gym, you gotta be able to delegate.
Right.
If you're gonna delegate, you're gonna have problems with capacity, efficiency, whatever. Gym owners, if they have a good gym and they got a good capacity, a good number of members,
right,
they're most likely good at delegating, but delegating to people.
Right.
For what you said, you should be able and you should make the mind shift to actually delegate to AIs. For example, the desk attendant.
Right.
Dude, you paying 4,000, 5,000
And
per
and
month to desk attendant.
and a lot of times, it is the gym owners themselves that are at the desk a lot of
Yeah,
times. So,
it is. And like you gotta knowing that you can have an AI who does it probably better
right, right,
if it's well integrated. Like it will do better probably, available 24/7, cheaper, more efficient.
right, right. That's
So you
actually a
got you
perfect
got you got,
example.
you gotta lean towards that, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, and this is just to give you some context. This is actually something that we do.
Yeah.
We we create, implement, and deploy um, AI desk attendants for gym owners so that they can focus on what matters instead of just over there answering the phone. And
Yeah.
guess what? You would say, well, but that's a really good use of a person's time to be able to pay attention to the people that are calling in. But guess what?
Yeah.
Most of the calls are from customers asking the following questions. Are you guys open? Yes, we are open.
Do you have showers? Yes, we got showers.
Hey, is the air conditioning working today? Because yesterday it wasn't. Is usually member inquiries, which of course you want to respond in the best because they're your members, but is that the best use of your time, honestly?
No, it's not. And
Very likely
I
not.
think yeah, you gotta also take in consideration. You'll be like, oh yeah, but it's just a few calls a day, whatever. No, that a few calls a day, it takes away your attention for something important.
Right.
So actually answering questions about showers, about if you're opening. So you gotta protect the most valuable asset you got,
Yeah.
which in my opinion is probably the time and your attention.
And one big thing that I think like a lot of people would say, well, but what about the quality of the conversations of people that are calling? You know what? We've been running our AI desk attendants for a while now. We haven't gotten a single complaint ever from
care.
any customer.
They
They
don't
really
care.
don't give a crap. Honestly, most of them they cannot even tell they're talking to an AI. So here's my question.
Yeah.
This is actually an interesting one. What if, imagine you're a gym owner out there, right? What if your leads prefer talking to an AI over a human at the desk?
You double down on AI.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. We've had people calling in at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And actually people who want to, like, who are interested in the gym, there was, for example, we analyze all of our calls to make sure, we're providing the best service possible. But we've had people calling to book appointments at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Where a lot of gym owners, when they're not at the gym, they transfer the calls that come to the desk to their personal phone. So now you're getting called at 2 in the morning. Like, seriously, you have to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. to go open the gym. Is that the best use of your time?
No, it's not.
No, it is not. It's far from it. Far from it, because AI might actually provide even a better customer experience if you think about it.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I think, well, we're probably going to touch more in the next video we're going to have, but you can go check it here.
Yeah, but that one is probably not going to be up until...
But like here it's more like, if people are calling to gym, for example,
right,
and they don't care if it's AI or a person, like they got a problem,
right,
and you provide the solution between, I don't know, with that person, or if it's AI, if they don't care and they provide the same solution, why you even matter? Like,
so it is cheaper. It is less of a pain in the butt. You're
not dealing with Karen.
You don't have to deal with Karen.
Attendant.
Oh my gosh, we've had some Karens, my friends. We've had some Karens, and the AI handles them perfectly.
Yeah.
But we've had them. But the most important thing also here is that is one less thing off of your plate, and that is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we've had, I don't know, I'm not gonna mention our clients' names, but we've had gyms that we do like a test to see like where they're at with their desks and stuff like that. Sometimes we call 5, 6, 7 times, no response on a like busy time, not like on a Sunday night. So not only are you having to worry about that, you're also not doing a good job at it.
Yeah, true.
So if you were that you were doing a phenomenal job of like making sure that all the inquiries get answered and stuff, and I think this is more getting towards the desk a little bit too much. We'll get away from that. But this is a prime example of how you could use technology in this time to not only provide a better service than what you're currently providing, but also free you from having to worry about that stuff. Like, and I don't think we've ever received a single gym owner that said, "Oh, I miss it so much." Talking to the people that were calling and getting calls to my house, 7 p.m. on a Friday night.
Yeah.
No, they're like, dude, you don't understand what you've done.
Yeah.
Because
And one more thing I would like to highlight before we like keep going is that, for example, the desk attendant, we had this client and he was saying, "Oh, how many missed calls you getting?" How many he was?
Oh, he was saying 5.
5. And then we run the stuff, the desk attendant. He was getting like 15 missed calls. And we're like, "Oh, how many people are actually like calling to actually go check out the gym?" He said,
Two people per month.
Per month.
We got like
one weekend it was like 6 people.
Yeah, it was like 6 people in just one weekend. It was ridiculous.
So,
So like imagine the number of leads that you're actually missing on.
So in the case like you'll be like, "Oh yeah, but I don't have that much volume," or people are not calling that much. I guarantee you. People are calling and you're missing opportunities just by the fact of not being 24/7 available.
Right. Yeah. Right. And especially like for this particular gym that we were talking about, they are a 24/7 gym. So we do have people calling in at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. So all right. So let's shift the conversation a little bit and talk a little bit more about how do you actually build systems that can help you scale your gym and free your time so that you can focus on the things that actually matter. Because we've been talking a lot about the shift that needs to happen, but how do I actually carry that out?
Yeah. I would say that one's tough too, because like if it was me, I would probably be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna figure out a way to build it myself."
Right.
Or I would call you, "Wilbur, we gotta build this." But gym owners, like, dude, they work like a lot. They don't have a lot of time. So I would say probably first they gotta find a way to be more efficient.
Right.
And 100% using like ChatGPT or Claude or Grok and stuff like that. They gotta use that stuff.
Right.
But for more like bigger stuff, you most likely are gonna need to find any type of agencies or anything like that, because like honestly, you probably don't have the attention, or you gotta start delegating more if you want to do it by yourself.
And if you're having a concern about pricing here, you just do a little bit of a self-analysis for the love of God.
Yeah.
Because I think we've heard complaints from people, from gym owners, "Oh, but I don't have the money to do X. I don't have And I was thinking about it. I was like,
don't you think the reason that you don't have money is the reason you should try this?
Right. And actually, this is one of these guys' objection handles here. But all right, so let's do a quick calculation. Right now, why are you not taking more personal training people, who's usually like a higher ticket offer versus just the normal gym membership? Why?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't have the time. Okay.
It's always time. It's always time.
So somebody's presenting a solution to you that, say, it costs $1,000, right? But it frees you 10 hours a week. Let's say 15 hours a week. And you charge $50 for a, personal training session or whatever.
Yeah.
If you do a quick math here, my math is not the most spectacular. I'm gonna put it at 10 hours so that I don't fuck this up. So you could be making an extra $500 per week, and you're paying a $1,000 per month.
Yeah. So you're pretty much making 1,000 per month. Yeah.
So you're doubling the ROI on your investment.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is an exaggeration here. Like, it's probably you're probably gonna be making a lot more and potentially paying a lot less.
Yeah.
But look, these things, like anyone can automate a calendar link.
Yeah.
Anyone can do that. But when you actually like want to scale, that requires more ability. And in order to do that, sometimes you do have to learn to delegate.
Yeah.
Like we've had people before that were actually trying to do some of the things that we do, for example, on their own, like using ChatGPT to help them out. But not a single one of them has been able to put anything remotely close together to what, they actually need to function.
Yeah.
So I think like cultivating relationships with people who are experts at these things is like one of the best things that you can do, because not only can you ask for advice, but also you can employ their services to help you achieve more with the limited time that you have,
Yeah, like realistically, I think in some topics, like for example, like we love technology, whatever. But if you do many things, like I don't know, if you're trying to handle like 5 different automations, 5 different integrations, you're not gonna be that good versus someone who is specific on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like realistically, you being a gym owner, you're working probably 12 hours a day.
Right.
You only have probably 2 hours to figure out the automation stuff.
Right. Right.
It's like, dude, just go find like us, for example. We do one fucking thing.
Yeah.
We don't do anything
We
crazy.
don't
We
do
just
anything
nail
else.
down on one thing. We make sure we're really good at one thing.
Right.
That's it. So you got you wanna like automate the CRM or whatever. There are companies out there.
Yeah, and I think like one big thing, just to cut it off here, is that sometimes this thing can backfire because of what you were saying right now.
Yeah.
That it is like, okay, I'm gonna try to do XYZ so that I can save 2 hours a day of manual labor that I'm doing here. But in trying to achieve that, you're now spending 4 hours trying to fix a thing that was meant to save you 2 hours,
Yeah.
which can, backfire. So just keep an eye on that. But I'd say just to finalize, like this episode is not necessarily like about some platform or user setup or some workflow that we're trying to sell you or anything like that. It's about a mental shift that needs to occur from you handling everything to you delegating. But instead of delegating to expensive humans,
Yeah.
who you have to deal with, which costs extra time and extra money, you sort of delegate to AI and determine how it can actually become a game changer for you and your team, and not just a shiny object or tech stack that you have over there laying around.
You nailed it down. All right, that was good.
Awesome.
Hey guys, we put together a little follow-up stuff that's gonna help you guys get more like show-up rates out of the people who are opted in.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested in like improving your ROI, your ads, and your want to take a look at what's down below, we'll leave it in the description, and I hope that is helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. See you in the next one.